When the leaves whisper. In the heart of the ancient Eldoria forest, where oak trees embraced the sky with their intertwined arms, and sunlight shyly swayed between the dense branches, Liana lived alone, making her humble cottage her sanctuary. Liana was not like other humans. She heard the whispers of nature, understood the language of leaves, and perceived the secrets of the wind. The forest was her world, her companion, and her mirror reflecting her calm and dreamy soul. Liana's days were shaped by the rhythm of the seasons. In spring, she watched tiny buds unfurl, hearing their green laughter as they welcomed life. In summer, she sat under the sprawling shade of the trees, listening to the stories of ancient leaves that had witnessed centuries, laden with tales of love and loss, courage and fear. And in autumn, a gentle sadness enveloped her with the falling leaves, but she knew this was not an end, but a beautiful transformation, a farewell dance carrying a promise of rebirth. But winter was the season that brought the heaviest whispers. In the long winter nights, when trees shed their leaves, and white silence draped the forest, Liana felt a deep loneliness. The trees were silent, the wind cold, and the only sound echoing was her own breath. On one of those cold winter nights, a blizzard raged like Eldoria hadn't seen in decades. Winds howled violently, roaring like a wounded beast, and snow fell mercilessly, covering everything with a thick white blanket. Liana feared for the forest, for her silent friends who had endured so much. She crept out of her cottage, armed with her heavy cloak and flickering lantern, to check on the trees. The scene was heartbreaking. Broken branches, leaning trees, and a solemn silence hung over the place. As she walked with difficulty, she heard a faint whisper, barely audible above the wind's wail. It was a different whisper, one she hadn't known before. Liana slowly approached, following the sound until she reached a colossal oak tree, its roots as deep as history itself. The whisper came from a single, small, withered leaf, clinging to a branch as if refusing to surrender. Liana carefully picked up the leaf, feeling a strange warmth flow through her. The whisper was a tale, not a tale of sorrow or despair, but a tale of resilience. The leaf spoke of its tiny kin that had fallen in autumn, and of its companions swept away by the winds. But it concluded its whisper with powerful words that made Liana's heart tremble. Nothing perishes, Liana, it merely transforms. We do not die, but are reborn. I am a leaf now, and tomorrow I will be part of the soil that nourishes new roots. Liana realized at that moment that the whispers of leaves were not just sounds fading into the air, but eternal messages carrying the wisdom of nature. In that small leaf, Liana found the strength she had been searching for. She was never alone. The forest breathed with her, lived with her, and whispered to her the deepest secrets of existence. With the dawn of the next day, the storm cleared. The sun appeared, casting its golden rays on the glistening snow, transforming the forest into a magical scene. Liana carried the small leaf to her cottage and placed it in an old wooden box, an invaluable treasure. And whenever she felt lonely or afraid, she remembered the whisper of that leaf, realizing that life is an endless cycle, that in every end there is a new beginning, and that the leaves, even if they fall, their whispers remain eternal, carrying with them the secrets of existence. And from that day on, Liana never felt alone. She knew that the forest, with its pulsating heart and the whispers of its leaves, was always there, accompanying her every step, and granting her strength and wisdom.